Right from the get-go, when you arrived in that villa, you were the single guy. Everybody else had coupled up, and it was almost sort of they set your story, didn't they? That you were just going to be the bad boy because you had to uncouple one of the initial couples.
Yeah, I mean, I was splitting someone up from the off, and as much as it was nice to have the power, it wasn't nice to know that I was already going to be like stepping on someone's toes. And obviously, the boys, it put a little bit of distance between me and the boys, and I had to pull that back day by day of like trying to create a bromance just as well as a romance. Like that's how I felt.
What made you go in there? Were you actually seriously looking for love, like serious love?
Seriously,
or just 50k?
Neither. I just wanted to go in and share the experience and just see who I met and meet new people. If I found someone, it was a massive bonus.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that you obviously, as you say, you had to steal Kendall from Niall initially because that's the way the game is played. I mean, like, it is all a game. Dumped Kendall then for Rosie, and then Rosie for Zara, and so so it was. I think it was the Rosie breakup really that we all looked at and thought, oh man, you seem really cruel here. This seems harsh.
I mean, I think that I could have been a little bit more sensitive with the way I went about certain things, but at the same time, I know the main conversation that people have really watched and that probably doesn't look good for me was a very, very long conversation that has been cut into a really short amount of time.
This was the smirking, though. This was the thing that we all kept going, oh, my God, when he was just smiling like that. I mean, she had to get up and walk away and say, you know, I can't talk to you when you're smiling at me like that, or whatever she said, with that look on your face.
Yeah. I mean, it really wasn't intentional, and it wasn't nice seeing Rosie upset at all. I would never want to see any girl upset like that. But the smirk was right at the end of maybe a 20-minute conversation, even though it was cut down to a minute.
I think we all just... we came in the next day and I said, there were so many situations in that could have been handled better if you'd have just gone, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But you seemed to kind of wait for her to sort of go into sort of a tailspin of... And then it kind of felt like, in a way, you were letting her spiral out of control, think that she was going crazy and then just sort of smiling at it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really couldn't get a word in edgeways to try and apologise anyway, or to try and justify and explain the situation.
Right.
And that was the main issue, to be honest. I mean, I didn't even show anything towards Zara in front of Rosie. All I said was, I had a good date. And as soon as I said I had a good date, everything kicked off. I didn't even say, I really like Zara. I didn't show anything because we were really subtle with the way we went about stuff. I mean, me and Zara didn't even share a kiss. We might have, the closest we got was swimming in the pool together. That was it.
Unlike Wes and Megan.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I was like, wow, he sort of took the bad boy crown then, or the bad girl crown, didn't she?
Yeah, so obviously, I think because it was me, I mean, me and Zara didn't kiss for 5 days. I think Megan and Wes, within 24 hours, they were all over each other in front of Laura, but because it was me, it was really bad. And yet, the most we did was probably swim a length together in the pool. Like, it's mad.
Well, you've got Zara over there now. I mean,
And
it's all good. So you've had 2 dates.
Yeah,
you've met
we've
the
had
parents.
2 dates. Met both parents.
Well, you say you have met 2 dates. You are obviously on a date now. I mean, this is still ongoing.
Yeah.
She's here with you.
I know. Living the dream.
Going well?
Yeah, really well.
Well,
really
you told her you loved her last night. When I was watching the show, I was like on with Caroline.
I'd already told Zara I loved her. But
so this is serious.
yeah.
I mean, you could see your head went, but which is why I think the Daryl thing was a bit of a surprise, because everyone was going, oh, no, with Zara, it's very different, it's very different. You sort of couldn't see that.
Yeah.
So what, were you just trying to stay in the game?
Do you know, the first time I ever thought about the game was when I recoupled with Daryl. During Kendall and during Rosie, there was nothing like that. It was just, I got on with Kendall out of the first girls in the villa the most, and there wasn't a massive spark there. There wasn't a massive spark with Rosie, but I really got on with Rosie, and when we were good, I got on with her really well. The only time I thought about a game was when I coupled up with Daryl.
Yeah.
And I knew I was lying to myself, and I knew I was lying to Caroline when she said, would you recouple with Daryl if Zara was still here? And what are you supposed to say when you're holding hands with the girl and you don't really want to shoot someone down that bad? But
no,
I knew within myself, and I think Caroline knew the way she looked at me as well.
As I said, the bees move. And you know, you're out now, and this is lovely. We're love to see this across the studio. So happy with
You're
that.
You're going to have beautiful
All
babies,
fine.
by the way. I mean, look at you both.
Now we've got Georgia, and we've got. I don't know how much you've seen.
I've seen little bits because I saw Friday and Sunday.
So Georgia went out, and she had a date with new Jack, and sitting there, and Jack is with Laura, and there was a kiss at the end of that date, and we all watched it and thought, you know, sort of Jack pulled away, thinking, oh, I'm not sure this is right. They've gone back into the villa now, and George is saying that it was mutual, that he kissed her.
Yeah.
And this has caused a massive ruction between her and Laura. They're best friends. So essentially, as you watch it, you think, is Georgia lying here, or is she believing what she actually thinks happened?
I think she convinced herself.
I honestly, I mean, I think she's lying because you can see on the image that she's fully pulled she's pulled Jack's neck in for a second kiss.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's went so far that she actually believes it herself.
Right, here it is, right.
So she has pulled him in. I think he's slightly on the sort of left.
You see, he's pulling back.
That looks like Belle trying to kiss her brother to me. You know, when like...
Here's another angle, here's another angle.
See, that's not even on the lips. He has turned.
Right.
Yeah.
He's turned.
So she's got
And
hold
then
of
he's
his head.
turning.
He turns.
He's trying to get away.
Yeah, he is trying to get away.
He's trying to get away.
He is trying to pull away. Have you ever seen, like, MMA people pull people in? It's
Yeah.
a bit like that. It's a bit like that.
So her saying that she's very loyal and actually has gone on to break the couple up because actually poor Laura's sort of chosen to believe her friend and split up a relationship that possibly has potential.
I feel sorry for Laura, I really do, because, I mean, it's happened to her twice now, and it's been big ones that she's actually really tried.
Yeah.